The Bitter Bread by Joseph Roth. The day is breaking and the poor man begs from within himself that the night may continue. It is certainly December and the day is late in breaking, but even so it is still very early for him. The mornings are bad, but over time the poor man has learned that he must endure them, make every sacrifice, because after breakfast comes the day. And the days are not all so bad in the morning. Others, most of them, are bad, very bad. But in the morning, when you wake up, you cannot know what the day will be like. The hotel room is very small, on the 4th floor. It has red wallpaper with yellow flowers. The clock in the nearby bell tower strikes 8. The water pipes suddenly start to hum. One of the residents of the 1st or 2nd floor has turned on the tap. The poor man also had a tap in his room. The same towel has been hanging on the brass hanger for 2 weeks now. In the morning, however, there is no need to pay attention to them, and in the evening you do not see them, since the electric lamp above your head illuminates only a circle on the white ceiling. It is a lamp for flies. The spiders lurk in the dark corners, hidden behind the dense grey webs that they have woven themselves. Only the poor need money because they cannot live otherwise. That the poor especially need money is nothing new. The poor are in absolute need, even for a little money. Only the rich need a lot. But a rich man can find a lot of money more easily than a poor man finds a little. Nevertheless, the poor man pours water on his face, as he did on Tuesday and Wednesday, and tries to find a clean corner on the towel to wipe himself. The poor man puts on his hat before leaving the room. However, he puts on his coat when he goes out into the hallway. He doesn't lock it, so he closes the door behind him. He passes, however, because he has to hand over the key when he reaches the ground floor. He does not lock it, because he feels that doing so makes a little bit of a statement about his poverty. As if someone met him on the stairs or somewhere else and said to him, "You should be more careful." He would then find the opportunity to answer as if there is a reason, "I have nothing to steal from me." However, no one thinks of advising a poor man to beware of thieves. The poor man takes everything he has with him. It fits in a small suitcase and he cannot even claim that everything in his suitcase belongs to him. It is his merchandise, and he has everything, at a price. He must first sell it, hand over the proceeds, and then take his minimum share. The poor man takes his notebook out of his pocket. There are written the recommendations, the addresses of people who are rumored to have more money than the poor man, at least enough to lock the doors when they leave. Without these recommendations, he would have nowhere to go when he left the hotel. That way, at least he knows where to go, and it is better to go up, because the higher the recommendations live, the more he will get. He wants to sell a dozen pencils. Don't imagine that his pencils leave more cedar than his cufflinks. If the poor man managed to sell a dozen pencils together, he could say that he had done work. Times are difficult, no doubt. For the rich, perhaps. And the poor man in the domain is approaching, when he says to himself, "Today." This Thursday, however, seems to herald better times. For a recommendation, bought 18 pencils plus 6 cufflinks and told the poor man to come back in 2 months, not sooner. For a poor man, 2 months are 2 eternities. He enters a bistro, drinks a cup of coffee, eats a croissant. He doesn't eat or drink to his heart's content. He doesn't indulge in pleasure, because he doesn't forget that today is Thursday. But it's a good Thursday. Because before nightfall, and in December, nightfall comes early, the day doesn't have many hours, it goes away quickly. Because the poor guy has to go to the police station that day. He has a piece of paper that says his name, where he's from, where he's staying. But it doesn't say how long he can stay where he's staying. Not even where he's allowed to go. They don't tell him anything. He waits. Then he puts down his suitcase, stands at the counter, and an employee immediately stamps the paper for him. What else could he want? He has money to pay for the hotel, and he can stay another 14 days. For a sausage, a piece of cheese, a beer, his money is enough. The poor man feels sure that it will flood him, and especially on Thursday. He returns to the hotel, pays his bill, goes up to his room, lies down on his bed. Today the light is not even turned on. That's how happy the poor man is.